Welcome back to the Bonercast on 98.7 The Squirt. I'm Hazelnut.
And I'm Dixie.
And tonight we've got some interesting bones to pick. So, as you guys know, we have switched to a monthly podcast.
Yep.
So, unfortunately, that's a big sag. But we will have more gaming stuff. If you watched our last update video, please watch it.
Due to Bovid.
Yeah, Bovid.
Bova's got us on a
Alright.
recording once a month, and our boss doesn't pay us that much, so we have to live with these unsuccessful living conditions.
Yeah, weirdly enough, we don't have to wear masks. Maybe because of budgetary reasons, I'm not sure. Because we're like a foot apart from each other, breathing each other's oxygen and carbon dioxide.
I heard that was necessary for the job.
What, no masks?
Or no, breathing each other's air. But correct me if I'm wrong.
So I could put that on my future resume. I'm a oxygen carbon dioxide sharer.
You a smart fella and a fart smeller. Wait, what?
Huh? All right. Well, anyways, our first topic for tonight and our only topic for tonight is it's pretty interesting. It's brought to us by Lucinda Rear, and she asked us if she wanted to get into Roblox, which is a kid's game. So I don't know why kids are watching our show.
They shouldn't.
Even further, we do play Roblox and we're not kids. So we're gonna recommend you the good stuff, our favorite Roblox games, and what you should avoid.
And especially in a time like this, to play Roblox games is a great activity to get back together with your boner friends.
Yeah, play online, get hard, not with kids.
Not with kids, yeah, of course.
I guess let's start with what to avoid, so it's easier to narrow it down.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So some games you want to really avoid are fake anime games.
Yes.
The weeb audience on Roblox is ginormous. So all these kids are starting to get into like Demon Slayer,
Fist
Fate.
Battle Arena, Fate Zero,
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z Fighter, but like not the actual game, it's the Roblox version. Yeah, those aren't good.
Yeah, so you got to be careful because there's some good ones. We'll talk about them later. But the main issue is a lot of these games are like farming games where you sit for 10 hours straight clicking one button, leveling up.
Tycoons.
Well, they're Tycoons are actually decent.
If you like numbers going up, Tycoons are your way.
Do Tycoons, but don't do like training simulators. Most anime games are training simulators.
Yeah.
But that's really all the games you have to avoid. It's just training simulators because they get a lot of clout, I guess, on the main page if you go like discover. And I just realized they're not actually called games; they're called experiences.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful.
It's all about the experience.
Yeah, but that's what you have to avoid.
And also, don't avoid games that have like a 30% rating, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or if it's a very popular game and you know by the view count that it's like, but it has like a percentage of lower than 50%. Chances are it's probably a bad game. It's probably not that good.
Yeah, and check the active players. Sometimes games with 0 players are hidden gems also.
Yes, and we're about to get into one of those hidden gems later.
Yeah, but unlike YouTube, there is actually a dislike button, so you can tell what is bad and what is good.
Oh no dislike button. That means our feelings will get hurt.
Yeah, I'm so sad.
Even though we can see it if anyone dislikes our videos. Okay, so what's the first game on our list, Hazelnut?
So one of the first games I'd say is like the tried and true classic. Probably the most I'd say expensive, but expensive as in the owner is getting big bucks. Is Adopt Me.
Oh my god.
Adopt Me is such a classic Roblox game that is now. I did say avoid farming games, but this is a different type of farming game. It's like playing The Sims, and The Sims is a different. It's not really farming because you're actually actively playing the game. It's also kind of like a gacha game. So if you're into that, you can play Adopt Me. There's like lots of cool pets. You could own babies that are either other players or I'm not sure if you could have like AI babies.
Yeah,
but it's a good like family simulator. It's really well done.
Very wholesome.
Yeah, very wholesome. Dixie and I played it a little bit. It was crazy. There's like house building and decorating.
Yeah, we have our own house.
You could put beds on the ceiling.
Yep. We canonically sleep on the ceiling now.
Yeah, and you have to attend to your needs. So if you're stinky, if you're farting too much, and you're hungry and hangry, you gotta attend to those needs.
Wait, that applies to the babies and pets, right?
And I think humans too, like normal adults.
Oh! All players have to shower.
So it's pretty realistic. It's pretty immersive.
To start from the other side of things, besides a wholesome game, there's this game called Decaying Winter.
Oh yeah.
Decaying Winter is not your adopt me wholesome and you get to live in a nice life. It's more like you're stranded with your friends in a base collecting resources and killing off a bunch of scabs, aka intruders to your base.
It's like a roguelike base defending post-apocalyptic hardcore survival game. You have like different classes and perks and traits or whatever you could play as. So there's lots of replayability. It's very painful. It's like Dark Souls. It's a Souls-like Roblox game, but with guns and in first person.
And honestly, this will take a lot of your time. I remember I counted how many hours I played Decaying Winter with Hazelnut, and it was like 50 hours, probably more.
We did beat it though. We eventually beat it. Only once.
We are certified gamers after beating that Decaying Winter. The ending is pretty nice. I will not spoil it. I think you, fellow boners, you guys should play it yourself.
It is satisfying to win.
It not only that, but the other classes are also pretty satisfying.
Yeah, the whole sound design and gameplay feels really satisfying. Like it's real punchy. When you shoot someone in the head, you could feel it. If you hit someone with a baseball bat, you could really feel the impact.
And if they shoot you in the head, like you feel awful.
Warning, agent on your team is down.
If you die in the game, you die in real life.
I mean, that game has made me really mad whenever I die.
Especially when you get like bad luck, or there's like special infected, kind of like Left 4 Dead. And if you run into them, some of them could insta-kill you.
If you ever want to take a break from a nice, wholesome game like Adopt Me and get straight into action, shooting a bunch of what do they call them? Intruders? Yeah, intruders to the base, then Decaying Winter is your game.
Yeah, I would recommend finding a group of people to play with.
Oh yes.
Solo queuing can be rough, especially if there's trolls and people who are throwing, and people who hoard all the good stuff. So try to get a group in. Don't play solo or you'll hate yourself. So yeah, it's crazy. But speaking of like action games,
yeah,
Decaying Winter there's like a build up in Decaying Winter, so you won't automatically get guns. But if you want guns, then try out Phantom Forces. Phantom Forces hits the sweet spot of like perfect first person shooting experience in Roblox. You have gun customization, the gameplay is smooth, and I think it also has the highest player base, so you'll get games faster.
I've played a fair bit of Phantom Forces. I think the only thing that would make me like mad was like fighting at snipers, because people are cracked with snipers. Because whenever I use a sniper, right, I get like 2 kills. Whenever they use a sniper, I don't even get to spawn in because I'm always shot. But that's only if you fight really, really good players. But overall, the game is classic Call of Duty, except Roblox style, which is even better.
Like it doesn't try too hard to have like realistic models, and it has really well made models, but it's not like overcompensating with super high tech stuff. Like it's staying as grounded as possible, because there's some games that are like Rolling Thunder, I think it's called.
Yeah,
like it's crazy. Like the graphics are insane.
Crazy realistic.
The player models are not bloxy; they're actually polygonal.
Yeah.
But like the gameplay itself is pretty bland.
Yeah. Except inside, a game like Rolling Thunder, right? I think Rolling Thunder PvE, or whatever the official name is. Honestly, that's just a good to look at game. Like, you just go in, you look at it, and you'll just feel amazed. But if you want the actual Call of Duty experience, yeah, play Phantom Forces. But if you're having trouble with these type of games, then I would recommend you all to play Aimblox to practice your aim.
Yeah.
Aimblox is just like Phantom Forces, except you get to practice with guns, so you can be better at Phantom Forces. You see? Yeah, Aimblox is basically like the gun range, but like you just go there, you practice, and you just talk to people. But you can also practice on other people too. They don't have to be just blank targets.
Yeah.
They have this like mode, right, where you get to unlock crates and stuff by joining the ranked battles, which is where you get to shoot actual people, just like Phantom Forces. But once you're done playing Aimblox, just hop on in Phantom Forces, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, and you could be the snipers that spawn kill everyone.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. You want to smurf. And speaking of smurfing, if you want to really smurf, you should try out Roblox Uno.
How's that smurfing?
Well, it's smurfing because some kids don't know how to play Uno. And if you're really good, if you play cards a lot, if you play Uno a lot, in real life, the skill will transfer over because this game is actually just Uno. Like it's literally called Roblox Uno. There's no changes, like Aimblox is not Aimlabs. It's just a tried and true ripoff of Uno. Like it's not DOS. It's just straight up Uno. The cards are the same, 1 through 9 and 0, I think. I don't remember the numbers. Same cards as wild cards, +4s, +2s. There's like different rules you could add, different starting card numbers. It only goes to 4 players though, which is kind of sad. But if you don't have that many friends, it works out.
Oh god, yeah, that's also true too. But you could stack. You could stack cards.
Oh yeah, there's stacking.
I know in real life Uno, apparently that was actually never a rule. Like it was a homebrew. But in this one, they stay true to it, so you're allowed to stack, which is honestly really fun. I would say the best strategy is that you only pick the yellow card.
Yeah, yellow is like the best color in the game, both in real life and in Roblox.
Yeah, if it's yellow, let it mellow. Of course.
Yellow, let it mellow, because you're a good fellow.
But let's say you're done playing Call of Duty games. You're done playing Uno, right? You want something else. What would you recommend, Hazelnut?
Well, on the same line of Uno and card games, you could also play another ripoff called ROnopoly. It's like the name suggests, it's Monopoly, but in Roblox. So you could share your capitalistic ideals with your friends on Roblox instead. The board is smaller; it's only like 8 across. But the great thing about this game is that it's advertising other games.
Yes, it's a 10-in-1. It's a 10-in-1 deal.
It's like an 80-in-1.
Yeah. I mean, one of the games even advertises is Phantom Forces.
Yeah, like each lane is themed to a game type. So like there's first-person shooters, there's like vehicle games. Adopt-me's on there. It's on like family simulator games or something. But it's a cool simulation of Monopoly. It, unlike Roblox Uno, is actually different. There are different winning conditions, so you could have either like Tycoon victory, 1 whole row victory, or 3 Monopoly victory. Or bankruptcy, of course. But it's a pretty fun game, just like real life Monopoly.
I would say this one, ROnopoly, I think I personally like it because it's a bit quicker. Because I know in regular Monopoly it's pretty long.
It takes like 10 years.
Yeah, but this one, although there can be hour games that we have had, most of them end in like 30 to 40 minutes.
Some of them end in like 15 minutes.
Yeah, some of them.
If you get real lucky and get Tycoon victory, you could just win in like one revolution. One revolution of a square.
Yeah.
So we've already covered board games. We covered shooting games. What else are we missing, Dixie?
We're missing a very important game. And I think it's a Saturday Night Fever kind of game.
Okay.
And it's called The Lanes. The Lanes. Roblox bowling has got to be, I think, the best sport game ever. Like
Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah, like you just hop in, you listen to the tunes in which they play like EDM music or sometimes dubstep from like let's see, Monster Cat, right?
It's Crab Rave. You can listen to Crab Rave.
And you get to bowl with your friends. But the whole bowling part, like the whole how they program the whole bowling, it's so good. So good. I mean, once you get really good at it, you start to see the line. Like,
yeah, you see the line.
It shows you a line, but you start to see success.
Yeah, you have to draw it yourself, but you could memorize and learn.
Yeah, and honestly, I would recommend first starting with Roblox bowling before you actually go bowling. Once COVID's over. Yeah,
same with Monopoly and Uno. You could train yourself there before you go to real life.
Yeah,
before you become born in real life.
Yeah, you go from online to a board game, but that's the whole point. It's so you don't so you're not embarrassed, being like, oh no, how do I bowl again? Well, you just look at the line and bam.
Yeah, and if you're at the bowling alley and it's too late, this game works on mobile. You could bowl while waiting for your turn, and you could double bowl. You could bowl on Roblox and bowl in real life. And I think Uno and ROnopoly also work on mobile. Some of these games, you'll see if you have the mobile app for Roblox, and if you're watching this on YouTube on your mobile phone, you have to check first if these games are mobile friendly. If they're not mobile friendly, they won't allow you to play. So like Decaying Winter, you can't play because there's too many keybinds.
Yeah, and also it's gonna require a lot of your focus. I think it's hard to do it with your fingies. You're gonna need a mouse for it.
Yeah, speaking of fingies, actually, if you like drawing with your fingies, you should try out this really fun game called Copyrighted Artists. If you've ever played Jackbox, it has like the similar theme as a Jackbox game.
Yeah.
So the premise is you draw something, you draw from a prompt, it gives you a randomized prompt, then that image is passed to another player, and they have to copy it. Then, once that round's over, players have to guess which one's the original. If you guess right, you get points, and and the original artist gets point. If you guess wrong, only the the imposter gets the points. So it's a sussy game for sure. There's two rounds. It goes by fast, but that's what's good about it. It's like lightning draw. And there's only one color, you can only use black. And there's no erase.
Honestly, I think it's better than the Jackbox equivalent because there's none of that annoying host that's also slightly seductive, but very annoying too. I think that's better. And also you get name tags, you get custom things. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's a really simple game. There's fun music, but it's well made. Sometimes simple is better.
Yeah, it's a great party game.
I don't know what the player limit is. I think you only need 2 players to play. Sometimes if you don't have enough players, the AI will like give you freebies.
We'll be your friend.
It'll give you like we'll be your friend. It will give you a AI generated drawing, so it's easy to guess who made the original.
But they're not. Yeah, but the AI generated drawings are not good.
Yeah, they're horrific.
So find boner friends if you can.
Yeah, a lot of the game it's a boner friendly environment.
Yeah.
I mean, in the sense that you want friends, not children.
Oh yeah, that's also very, very important.
Yeah, we mean boner as in friends, not as in any sexual activity.
Yeah. Now let's wrap this up by saying what are our like top what's our top favorite out of all the games?
What's our like super top?
Yeah, what's our super top?
Well, there's still some games we missed because there's so many games or experiences, as you want to call them. There's so many games. We mentioned vehicles. If you want to go to ROnopoly, you could look at like the best of each game.
Oh,
'cause each lane, like I forgot. There's like horror games on Roblox.
Oh shoot, yeah.
There's like a lot of horror games. A lot of horror
and adventure, click adventure games.
Yeah, click adventure games. Anything you can play on Gmod, like original Gmod stuff, like Trouble in Terrorist Town, Murder, hide and seek and stuff. You'll find on Roblox too. So if you don't want to pay $10 for Gmod, and your friends don't want to either, you could play. You could solo queue. Like there's also Dead by Daylight ripoffs and stuff.
Yeah.
So you could play horror games if that fits your fancy. We mentioned vehicle games. There's lots of vehicle simulators. Some are like super hyper realistic, like Forza. So not Forza as in actual Forza, but if you look up like vehicle simulator, there's also like role play, which you should stay away from. Like high school role play. There's like some GTA RP. Like you'll have like Brookhaven RP, but it's basically like a whole cityscape you have to just role play, drive cars around, and have fun with your friends.
Yeah, and if you want role play and you want a simulator, then I would recommend the hunting simulator.
Oh yeah. So if you heard of a Hunter Call of the Wild or whatever it's called,
yes.
Like a realistic hunting game. Now this game takes it to another level.
Yeah, in fact, it's 10 times better than Hunter Call of the Wild. In fact, what if I told you that that's actually the game that we tried playing and we thought it was ass, the Hunting Call of the Wild, and then we immediately went to the Roblox equivalent and it was 10 times better, and it truly is.
Yeah, because you get an M16, you get a Glock, you get a shotgun, and you kill these blocky ass deers.
Yeah, and you can find them pretty quickly. Instead of Call of the Wild, it takes like an hour.
Yeah, you could track them down. You shoot a moose a million times and it still lives.
Yeah.
I think, but moose are protected, so you shouldn't be shooting them anyways.
They're protected assets in the real world.
Yeah, yeah. But there's some other weird role plays. Now, something you should really stay away from. I don't care what you read in elementary school. Stay away from Warriors Cats.
Oh, man.
There's a simulator for that if you're a furry. And we don't, as you know from our previous episodes, we don't hate furries. We just don't accept them. So don't play Warrior Cats. There's some weird people. They be licking and spitting and grooming each other. So
yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I've never heard of Warrior Cats, to be frank. So
I read Warrior Cats. I barely remember anyone. There's like it's like Avatar but for cats. There's 4 different clans.
I thought it was He-Man.
It's really dumb.
I thought it was like He-Man, but they're all furries.
No, that's like Thundercats.
Oh, that's Thundercats. Oh, what?
No, Warrior Cats is whack. Same with like the others. The author made one for dogs, one for bears also.
Warrior bears?
Bears.
Warrior?
Yeah, I forgot what it's called, but it's a different name. It's not warrior, but it's something else.
Gotcha.
It's called Seekers. And then the dog one's called Survivors. So they all end in ER or whatever. Ers. They're all Ers.
Wait, is it the same concept? Like they just role playing?
I don't think there's like actual role play. I never looked into it. They're just books.
Me either.
But there's a lot of other stuff you could look at. There's like different time periods, like medieval, Wild West.
The Fallout role play. You remember that one?
Yeah,
that was so good.
They're crazy. We played. Dixie and I played I forgot what it's called, but I think it was just Mojave Wasteland. It was basically a recreation of. It wasn't 1-to-1, but it was pretty close of the Fallout New Vegas map. And we saw like the Mojave outpost with the 2 guys shaking hands. We went to New Vegas.
With the vaults, we got guns, we got stealth boys.
Yeah, we got a bunch of guns.
Yeah, it's a great like sightseeing game. I'll tell you that. It was
Yeah, like Roblox is good at. They're really good at recreating stuff.
Yeah.
And speaking of recreating stuff, our last recommendation, I guess, it's like building stuff. There's like build a boat. That's really cool. It's like a Pinewood Derby but on water.
There's also build a tank, is there not?
Yeah, build a tank.
Yeah.
It's like build anything. Build a base. There's sandbox games where you just build whatever. So if you want to play Roblox to build stuff, that's cool. But if you're really into building, you might as well make a game.
Wait, so the last game is just building more Roblox games.
Yeah, the last game is to contribute to Roblox.
Hold up. Let me check. Are we sponsored by Roblox?
Are we sponsored? Well, yeah. Give us some Robux, please.
Yeah. We would like to be sponsored.
We'd like to be sponsored. But yeah, back to our favorite games. Like of the top of the top. The cream of the crop of the top.
The cream of the crop, yes. I'll start off. I'll say I think what made me super emotional was gotta be Decaying Winter. Like, days have gone where I've been either angry, sad, sometimes even motivated to keep on fighting. Or both, yeah. And it was just constant, like back and forth between me and Hazelnut, talking about strategy and plans and like, what's the ideal setup? We were so wrong so many times.
They have a Trello of like data for the game. So if you want to like look up damage numbers and spawn rates of stuff, you can.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. We studied so hard to beat the game.
That's not to say the other games are any like bad or less. It's just that Decaying Winter actually made us research, and it was painful. Yeah,
it took us so much effort to beat the game, and we ended up cheesing it.
Like, yeah, I hate that the solution was a cheese tactic, which let's not spoil it for them, but
yeah, we won't spoil it, but you can cheese the game.
It was, oh man, it was almost legendary. So to that, I think Decaying Winter could easily be the best and worst game.
Yeah, I'd agree. It's very addicting.
Yes.
And of course, like ROnopoly, bowling, Uno, they're all good party games, and they're really good too. Like most of the games recommended, they're on the top of the cream of the crop of the top.
They're very creamy.
So I don't want to like say they're bad, but they're all good. Decaying Winter, you should definitely try it out one day. If you're not really into it, then get into Adopt Me, because that's another game you could really research into.
Yes.
And we didn't even mention some Roblox games have their own Nerf guns.
Oh yeah.
And Adopt Me has one. They have like a bee shooter thingy.
There's just like a piggy, not a piggy gun. There's like another Roblox like piggy thing, piggy miniatures you can get.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like Roblox actually has merch.
Crazy merch on like in Walmart. You can find it in Walmart or Target.
Yeah, go find a Roblox blaster.
Yeah,
and you can go shoot your friends in real life after shooting them in the game, with a Nerf gun, of course.
I think after this, I'm gonna order one myself.
Yeah, me and Dixie will go Nerf battle in the studio.
Yeah, We'll use the money we get from our paychecks, which is
You have to buy Nerf blasters.
which is 5 cents.
5 cents. Bruh.
A 5 cents and $1.50.
Why the 5? Wait, so we have $1.55?
Yeah. Quick math.
All right. Well, to wrap things up, one last game you should definitely try out is Natural Disaster Survival.
Yes.
That's like top it all off, the cherry on top. Just hop in,
And
try to survive, and then leave.
Then leave. Yeah.
It's like it's random each time. It's a classic game. It's probably been around since the beginning of time. So go try that out. But yeah, there you go, Lucinda Rear. There's your Roblox experience list.
Yeah.
So go ahead, get hard on Roblox. Be there or be square, literally.
But not with kids, obviously.
Yeah, but not with kids. And with that being said, now it's time for tonight's boner fact.
What? Whoa!
I know, right?
The
I almost
boner
forgot.
fact.
I was so engrossed in Roblox. And speaking of Roblox, did you know
Wait.
this had nothing to do with Roblox? the bite of a Brazilian wandering spider can cause long and painful erections, as well as other symptoms in human males. So if you ever go to Brazil and you're playing Roblox in the wild, keep an eye out for these spiders.
We're gonna get one.
Get a spider? Oh, wait. It said long and painful, but other symptoms, maybe like rash and stuff, be careful.
You said it'll be long.
We say you can never be we say you can never be too hard, but in this case you can.
Taking notes. I'll take like 10 ibuprofens, 1 spider bite, and I'll be long. I'll be long.
Anyways, thanks for boning into the Bonercast on 98.7 The Squirt. I'm Hazelnut.
And I'm Dixie.
And we'll see you next time.